Hi, today we're gonna look at me fail. I've been climbing for about 6-7 months and I've reached that infamous V5 plateau. What is the V5 plateau, you may ask? You have from V0 to V10, V11 depending of the gym. Obviously the highest the grade, the hardest it is. You get to that V5 plateau where it's really hard to move up for the V6, and from my personal experience what I've noticed is between V3 and V4 or V4 and V5, the technicality of the climb, the gap is not as wide as V5 to V6, which we're gonna see in this video. I spent 3 climbs in 1 week of about 2 climbs were 2 hours each and 1 climb was about 5 hours. But I only focused on V6's. I did warm up with other lower grades, but we're not gonna look at that. I thought it was gonna be a very interesting exercise to only do V6's for a week and see if I got any better. And in some cases, not at all. As you're gonna see, slopers are far from being my strong suit. So let's begin, day 1. So this climb, this boulder was all slopers. As you can see, these holds sucks big time. There's no edges on them. They're rounded, so it's more of the friction of your skin and the holds that's gonna hold you on it. And also your arm, like your body needs to be under the hold. This is really technical. I spent 2 hours on this thing, failing after failing after failing after failing. I think I did this one for, I don't know, I think I tried it at least 50-60 times, and that's in that one session. And the first move was very hard because it was 2 little crimps, tiny holds. Just to stick to the wall on the first move took me about 10-12 tries. Now let's check out day 2. This one was on a 30-degree angle, this wall, so it makes it much harder. And I needed to do a toe hook over there, and as you can see right there, that didn't work out, that didn't work out, and that didn't work out. So after that, my goal was to be able to put the toe hook, not thinking about reaching for the next move. I was just trying to be able to hold it. As you can see, I started to let go my arm, and then 1 second, and then 2 seconds, and then 3 seconds. Here you see me trying to launch for the second hold. I couldn't even I couldn't even hold to the slopers. It's so frustrating. So in those sessions, I really discovered that I really suck at slopers. I kind of give up at some point because I want to try other things, but the deal was to only do V6's. I needed to do a foot switch there that I don't understand, still don't understand. I think it's the definition of a crazy person, is doing the same thing over and over expecting a different outcome. I knew I was on the right way just for the sole fact that I saw people do it and I know how to do it. It's just in my head I know how to do it, as my body didn't figure it out yet. Then I got tired of this one, so I decided to get back over this one. Same thing, you see I stick the first move pretty well now. It's just that leap, my hand couldn't stick it. Then I decided to try that one, slopers again, obviously. This was super hard to hold, like it's really, again, I suck. But it's okay because I think that it's when you try really hard stuff like this that you're gonna start discovering new moves, discovering how to place your body. And if you never try, and that actually applies to anything in your life, if you never try hard stuff that you can't do, you'll never be able to pass through that threshold. If you always think, oh well, this is too hard, obviously it's never gonna happen. I think I tried this one for at least 30 times and I couldn't even like pull myself. A little more here, but I slipped. So day 1 and day 2 were really unsuccessful climbs, but I do think that my body kind of registered some of the position. I do think that it was a good exercise to learn and to try to bust through that V5 threshold. However, the first 2 days, it was not successful. Day 3, well, I started with a little bit of a warm up those fingers. Crimps, I do practice crimps and pinches. A little bit of weight, not too much. Just wakes up the body, and it's minus 22 right now, so when you go to the gym you need to warm up or you're gonna hurt yourself. This exercise is pretty cool. I like doing rings. It really wakes your body. And you know, then after, sit down, have a little bit of a coffee, put the shoes on, and let's go. This this like a V7. It's like 2 step over what I actually can do. I was just very curious to try the first move, and I could hold it. It was hard, but I could hold it for a couple of seconds, and I knew kind of how to reach for it. I just didn't have the strength, or maybe the technicality. Again, like I said, the technicality when you pass through V5 and up is so different. And again, to that slopery one, see, this is much more controlled. I took 2 days off between the second day and the third day, and I saw the difference in the control that I had. I still couldn't stick the second move, but just having, I tried a couple different beta also. But even though I couldn't stick the second move, I was happy with the progress. Brushing the holds helps as well. When there's too much chalk on it, you'll just slip. And I noticed a slight difference there. As you can see, I was like, almost had it, but just to fall back down on my ass like the 200 other times that I did it. Now this one is a V5. I downgraded. I just needed to regain more confidence because, you know, when you do something for literally 11 hours and you can't do the first move, I just needed to remember that I actually can do a successful climb. So I did this V5. It was quite hard because it was on a 20-degree angle, but it was fun. Thank you, my friend Rene Arsenault, for filming the climb. Go check out his channel. This guy makes cool bouldering video. It was a great session with him. Trying another red tape or V6, and I was surprised. The first three moves were quite easy. Pulling with my back is my strong suit. I stuck that one, but it was like a weird hand switch there that I really hated. I was really not comfortable. Again, it's on a slight angle, maybe 15–20%. So it's pushing you out from the wall. And these are slopers as well, just different slopers. I don't know how many times I tried this thing. At least 30 times. I took a little break and I went for another red tape, always. This was a slab with 3 holds. I couldn't even stick. I didn't even know how to get there. I was getting quite tired. And then back on that one again. And I just couldn't do it. Then this is like some of the last one I didn't try in the gym, and it was not a success. My fingers were beat at that point, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So what did I learn of a full week only doing my hardest climb? I could not finish any of them. Well, first thing, I learned that I really suck at slopers. However, I did notice a slight improvement in every red tape that I tried. So right now my fingers are absolutely beat. You see how pink the tips of my fingers are. The left hand a little less, but this one here, that's the day after and I'm filming this. Like the tips of my fingers are raw. So I need to take a little break, at least 5 days off. This is my goal because I've been going at the gym really hard for the past 2 months. I go every other day. I think I'm gonna go back to the gym next week and I'll be able to send one of the V6 that I tried. hopefully, obviously, I'm gonna film it to show the difference and to document it, because I think it's a great way to improve yourself when you climb. If you are new at climbing, or if you've been climbing for a while and you hit that plateau, I highly suggest that you start trying things that you can't do. Obviously, don't hurt yourself, but if you're not trying to push yourself, and again, that applies to anything in your life. If you don't try to push yourself harder at that thing that you want to be better at, it will never happen. You know, sometimes we get comfortable in the things that we're good at, so we don't want to suck again. You know, when you start climbing, the first V0s, they seem so out of reach, and now that the V0s for me are warm up to V3s or warm up, I feel like I suck again. It's just a different level, which when you take a step back and you start thinking about it, it's a great achievement. There's nothing there to get bummed out about. If I couldn't do any of the red tapes, it's fine. You know, it's because it's like a new learning curve. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Well, I'm just gonna wash my shoes because they stink like hell and they take a little while to dry. So I'm gonna clean my shoes. Do you know how to clean your shoes? Well, let me show you how to clean your climbing shoes. Take a bucket, need some shoes. Hot water. I put some white vinegar. That's good for the stinks. And some dish soap. And then, you know, there's water inside. You just scrub them with a brush. But I am gonna let them soak for a couple of hours because they really stink. This is a challenge that I'm gonna do with my buddy Rene Arsenault. We are gonna do a 30-day challenge of fingerboarding. I'm gonna be able to practice my sloper thing with that, but yeah, I still don't know where to put it. I wish I could put it here, like right on top of the TV, so I could watch TV while I'm doing this. The problem with that is too high. I think it's 9 feet. I will likely fall, so should go here. It will be perfect. Yeah, we're gonna do a 30-day challenge to see how much we improve our finger strength with that. That's gonna be quite interesting. Stay tuned for that. All right, guys, see you soon.